The following portion of Studio 4 is sponsored by Bestseller Publishing.
From starting a business to managing and even being a valued employee, it seems like the demand of working in today's economies can be a lot. Today we're joined by Sean Fry, a business transformation coach, and he's going to share some amazing information on how you can meet your goals in the business world without giving up and sacrificing the things that matter most in your personal life, like your mental health and your physical health. Let's jump right in. Sean, thank you for joining us. And can you tell us a little bit about your book and how it can help anyone starting their own business or managing a business?
Yeah, so it really started about, probably 15 years ago. I was turning around a flawed business model, working 70 hours a week, turning around this, really thinking I made a difference. And it all changed when my youngest son came to me and said, "Dad, where do you live?" And that was like a knife to the heart, right? So that clearly let me know I was out of balance, and that I really, couldn't sacrifice the business or sacrifice the family for trying to save the business. So that's when I wrote. I started to reach out to mentors and reflect back to other people. And I wrote the book called Sustained Business Growth. It's how to lead radical change, overcome adversity while igniting explosive growth without sacrificing those that matter most. And so I captured 7 powerful principles that many industry experts have utilized and leveraged to turn around flawed business models, including just my learnings as well. And I started developing a perfect day routine as well as 7 M's for maximum impact. And that really kind of starts with mindset. And I can definitely talk through some of those throughout the interviews as well. But that really kind of led to writing the book, and just really trying to help, leaders, those that are really trying to turn around a business or grow a business without sacrificing themselves and the people that matter most.
All right, Sean, how can strategizing for long-term success help us avoid burnout in the short term?
I got this question on my website a couple of weeks ago, and a key thing or how I answered that was really just really understanding your big why, right? Simon, Sinek once said that, really, start with why? Well, it's so true, right? It's going back to, why do I do what I do every day? What's my purpose? And what really ignites the passion and gets me excited, gets me up every day to really go to work and deliver, perform my best and deliver my best for the stakeholders, the company, the customers, and the employees. So I think it's just really tapping into that purpose and why that really goes to the heart, right? That purpose could be different for many different people, right? So some are really all about, hey, how can I make more money, right? Or how can I grow the business? Or how can I make more revenue? Or how can I get a better title? Or some it's about faith, So some people, it just depends on that person of what really excites them and ignites that passion. So I think that's the first start to really getting something that's sustainable that you can continue to improve a business.
How can current leaders make sure they do their best to avoid burnout from those they are leading?
Is really key for leaders. They absolutely have to understand current state of their team. They have to be looking at true north, figuring out where the business needs to go, but they have to understand reality, of what's actually happening in the business on every day on that front lines, and what kind of struggles are they dealing with, what kind of frustrations, what's really causing them the most pain. So the better they understand that, the better they can kind of pace themselves as they drive change in the business.
The preceding portion of Studio 4 is sponsored by Bestseller Publishing.